Have you ever finished a bowl of cereal, a slice of cheesy pizza, or a simple latte, and 20 minutes later you felt like a balloon was inflating inside your stomach? You know that feeling. It starts with a rumble, then a sharp cramp, and suddenly you are looking for the nearest exit. You might think you just ate too much, or maybe the food was bad. But the reality is much more fascinating and, frankly, a little bit shocking. It is not about the food quality. It is about a tiny, microscopic worker inside your body that decided to quit its job. We are talking about an enzyme, a specific biological tool that determines whether a glass of milk is a nutritious drink or a ticking time bomb for your gut.
Today, we are going to dive deep into your biology to uncover the truth about galactosidase. This is the enzyme that explains why milk is not good for all adults, and why, if you struggle with dairy, you are actually normal, and the milk drinkers are the mutants. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what is happening inside you, why your body changed, and how you can hack your system to feel good again.
To understand why your stomach hurts, we have to start with the basics of what you are eating. Milk contains a sugar called lactose. Lactose is a disaccharide. That is a fancy scientific word that just means it is a double sugar. Picture two Lego bricks snapped together. One brick is glucose and the other is galactose. These two bricks are locked tight. They are too big to pass through the walls of your intestine and into your bloodstream. Your body cannot use them for energy while they are stuck together. They are useless in this form. This is where the hero of our story comes in. In the lining of your small intestine, you were supposed to have a specialized team of workers. These workers are enzymes. Specifically, we are talking about beta-galactosidase, which is more commonly known as lactase. Think of this enzyme as a pair of scissors. Its only job, the only reason it exists, is to find those double Lego bricks of lactose, snip the connection, and separate them into two single bricks. Once they are separated, your body can easily absorb the glucose and galactose. You get energy, you feel great, and your digestion is silent and peaceful. But here is the twist. When you were a baby, your body produced a massive amount of these scissors. You needed them. Milk was your only source of survival. Nature designed you to be a milk processing machine. But nature also designed you to eventually stop drinking milk. According to evolutionary biology principles, once a mammal is weaned and starts eating solid food, there is no biological need to process mother's milk anymore. So, in a very efficiency-driven move, the human body is programmed to shut down the factory that makes the scissors. For about 65 to 70% of the world's adult population, the gene that instructs your body to make galactosidase turns off. It is like a factory closing down. You might have a few scissors left, but not enough to handle a milkshake. This condition is what we call lactose intolerance. It is not a disease, it is not an allergy. It is actually the genetic default for the human species. If you cannot drink milk without pain, you are genetically wild type. You are the original model. The people who can drink milk as adults, they are the ones with a genetic mutation called lactase persistence, a mutation that appeared only about 10,000 years ago when humans started domesticating cattle. So, what happens when you drink milk but you don't have enough galactosidase scissors? This is where the story gets a bit gross, but you need to know this. You drink the milk, the lactose travels down to your small intestine. Your body looks for the scissors to cut the sugar apart, but there are none. So the lactose continues its journey, uncut and unabsorbed, moving down into the large intestine.
Your large intestine is not empty. It is filled with trillions of bacteria. This is your microbiome. Now imagine these bacteria are like guests at a party who have not eaten in days. Suddenly, a massive wave of undigested sugar, the lactose, arrives. The bacteria go crazy. They start feasting on this sugar. This process is called fermentation. And just like any fermentation process, it produces byproducts. When these bacteria eat your lactose, they produce gases, hydrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide. They also draw water into the intestine to try to balance things out.
The result? That gas expands your intestines like a balloon. That is the bloating. The extra water creates pressure and fluidity. That is the diarrhea. The gas moving around and the muscles cramping trying to deal with the volume, that is the pain and the rumbling sounds. All of this chaos happens simply because you lacked that one tiny enzyme, Galactosidase, to cut the sugar before it reached the bacteria.
It is important to distinguish this from a milk allergy. A lot of people confuse the two. An allergy is an immune response. That means your body thinks the protein in milk is a virus or a bacteria and attacks it. That can cause hives, swelling, or trouble breathing. That is dangerous. Intolerance, which is what we are discussing, is a plumbing problem. It is a lack of the right tool, the enzyme, to break down the food. It won't kill you, but it will make you wish you hadn't eaten that cheese.
According to Dr. David Kayat in his extensive research on anti-cancer diets, paying attention to how we process food is crucial. He mentions that galactosidase is the key element that explains why milk isn't good for every adult by principle. If you don't have the enzyme, you are essentially poisoning your gut environment with fermentation every time you consume dairy. This chronic inflammation and irritation is not something you want to sustain over years.
Now, you might be wondering, does this mean I can never eat dairy again? Not necessarily. Understanding the science gives you power. First, not all dairy is created equal. Hard cheeses like cheddar or Parmesan have very little lactose. The bacteria used to make the cheese have already done the work for you. They ate the sugar during the aging process. Yogurt is often easier to digest because it contains live cultures that bring their own scissors to the party.
Furthermore, biotechnology has given us a workaround. You can buy the enzyme. You can literally buy pills containing galactosidase. When you take these pills with your first bite of dairy, you are essentially swallowing a team of temporary workers with scissors. They go into your stomach, wait for the milk, and cut the lactose for you before it reaches the hungry bacteria in your large intestine. It is a simple, elegant solution that mimics what your body used to do when you were a baby.
However, you must be careful. There is another type of galactosidase called alpha-galactosidase. This is often sold to help digest beans and broccoli. It is a different pair of scissors for a different type of sugar structure. If you take the bean enzyme for milk, it won't work. You need beta-galactosidase, commonly labeled as lactase enzyme, for dairy.
We also need to talk about the signals your body gives you. We often ignore them. We eat the pizza, feel bad, and do it again the next week. This is a mistake. Chronic inflammation in the gut, caused by constantly bombarding it with foods you cannot digest, can lead to issues like leaky gut syndrome, where the lining of your intestines becomes permeable, allowing toxins to leak into your bloodstream. This can trigger brain fog, fatigue, and skin issues. It is all connected. Your gut health dictates your mental health and your energy levels. If you suspect you have this issue, try an elimination test. It is free and accurate. Stop all dairy for 2 weeks. Read every label. Dairy hides in chips, breads, and dressings. After 2 weeks, drink a large glass of plain milk. If you react, you have your answer. You are part of the majority of the human population that has naturally stopped producing galactokinase. Embracing this doesn't mean your life is over. It means you are tuning in to your unique biology. Today, we have almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, and lactose-free cow's milk. We have options that didn't exist 50 years ago. You don't have to suffer for calcium. In fact, many leafy greens have calcium that is more bioavailable than that in milk. Remember, your body is a machine that wants to run efficiently. It talks to you through symptoms. That bloating, that is a cry for help. It is your body saying, I don't have the tool for this. By respecting the limitations of your enzymatic production, specifically galactosidase, you are showing respect for your long-term health. You are choosing energy over lethargy. You are choosing comfort over pain.
So, the next time you see that ice cream cone, ask yourself, do I have the scissors for this? If the answer is no, either grab a supplement or grab a sorbet. Your gut will thank you.
If you found this explanation helpful and want to understand more about the hidden chemical reactions that control your health, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. We are going to explore the truth about gluten next, and it might surprise you even more than milk. Now tell me in the comments, what is the one dairy food you absolutely cannot give up, even if it hurts? Let's talk about it. See you in the next video.